Imagine stepping into a living room from a time when life moved a little slower. The air is warm, the furniture is soft, and memories fill the space. A table lamp casts a cozy glow, a console TV hums in the corner, and the room feels like the heart of the home, where families gathered, shared stories, and made lasting memories. In this video, we'll explore 20 old living room features that defined the past and shaped how we experience home today. Let's take a step back in time and rediscover these iconic pieces that brought comfort, culture, and connection to our lives. Rotary dial telephone. Remember the rotary dial telephone? From the 1940s to the 1980s, this phone was a staple in living rooms with its distinctive clicking sound when dialing. Unlike today's smartphones, the rotary phone required patience. You had to turn the dial for each number and it took time, but that was part of its charm. It wasn't just about making calls, it was a shared experience. Families often gathered around, waiting to see who was calling, and conversations were out in the open, not hidden behind private screens. Today, our smartphones keep us connected, but often in isolation. The rotary dial phone reminds us of a time when communication was slower, but brought people together in a more meaningful way. Thinking back to those simpler times, it's easy to feel a bit nostalgic. Have you ever experienced the satisfying click of a rotary dial phone? Or maybe you remember sitting in the living room waiting for that important call. Share your memories in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. And as we continue exploring more features that shaped our homes, don't forget to subscribe so you can join us for the rest of this journey through time. Beanbag chairs. In the 1970s, beanbag chairs became the ultimate symbol of laid-back living. These lightweight, soft chairs added a fun, playful vibe to any living room. Unlike traditional furniture, they molded to your body, making them the perfect spot for lounging, reading, or watching TV. They were easy to move around, so you could plop one down wherever you wanted and instantly create a relaxed, casual environment. Their colorful designs and unique shape were a far cry from the stiff, formal furniture of earlier decades. The bean-bag chair brought an element of fun and comfort that made living rooms feel more relaxed and informal. Wood paneling. In mid-20th century living rooms, wood paneling was all the rage. Popular from the 1960s through the 1980s, these dark, rich wooden walls gave homes a cozy, rustic feel. They were a major design trend, adding warmth and texture to living rooms that made the space feel more intimate and inviting. This style was often seen as a sign of sophistication, offering a contrast to the bright, modern designs that would come later. Though it eventually faded out, replaced by sleeker, more minimal looks. Wood paneling is still remembered fondly as a hallmark of mid-century living room decor. Entertainment console. The entertainment console wasn't just a piece of furniture, it was the heart of the living room from the 1950s to the 1980s. These large, multifunctional units housed the TV, radio, and record player, all within one sleek wooden cabinet. It was a time when a console wasn't just about the electronics. It was about style, craftsmanship, and being the centerpiece of family gatherings. Imagine the excitement of movie nights, when the whole family would gather around the console to watch their favorite shows or catch the latest broadcast. The static crackle of tuning the radio, the satisfying click of placing the needle on a vinyl record. These were the moments that made the console special. It wasn't just entertainment, it was an event. And the best part? The entertainment console wasn't portable, which meant it became the meeting point. You couldn't take it with you, so family and friends had to come together, often resulting in shared memories that many still cherish today. Whether you were spinning your favorite vinyl or tuning into the radio for a popular show, it was all about togetherness and making the living room the true center of home life. Shag Carpeting. In the 1960s and 1970s, Shag Carpeting was the ultimate trend for living room floors. Its long, thick fibers created a soft, plush feel underfoot, making it a cozy addition to any space. Available in a variety of bold colors, shag carpets were a way to express personality and style. This thick carpet added warmth to the room and was perfect for lounging or even sitting directly on the floor. Though its popularity eventually faded, shag carpeting still stands out as a defining feature of mid-century living rooms, bringing comfort and vibrancy into homes. Macramé wall hangings. If you grew up in the 1970s, you probably remember the macramé wall hangings that adorned so many living rooms. These handcrafted woven pieces weren't just decorations, they represented the laid-back, artistic spirit of the time. They hung proudly on walls, bringing warmth and personality to the space. Every knot and tassel felt like a small expression of creativity, whether you bought one at a local craft fair or made one yourself during a DIY weekend. They brought a sense of individuality to the living room, something that felt uniquely you. Looking back, the macramé wall hanging wasn't just a piece of decor. It was a statement of the carefree, natural, and artistic vibe that defined the 70s. Popcorn ceiling. If you spent any time in a living room between the 1960s and the 1980s, the popcorn ceiling was likely a familiar sight. Its signature bumpy, uneven texture was more than just a design choice. It was practical. The textured surface helped to hide imperfections and acted as a soundproofing tool, keeping noise levels down in busy family homes. For many, memories of the popcorn ceiling are tied to moments of laying on the living room floor, staring up at its patterns while the sounds of life, TV shows, music, or conversations filled the room. Those little bumps seemed random, yet somehow they had their own rhythm, quietly framing the energy of the space. What made it even more interesting was how easy it was to apply. Home builders loved it for its ability to mask ceiling flaws quickly, which is why it became a staple in so many homes. Although design trends have shifted towards smoother finishes, the popcorn ceiling still holds a nostalgic charm for those who grew up with it, evoking memories of simpler, quieter times when a ceiling could hold your gaze just as much as the television. TV antennas. Before the age of cable boxes and streaming services, living rooms often had a pair of TV antennas, those iconic bunny ears sitting atop the television. Adjusting the antenna to get a clear picture became a bit of an art form, with someone always standing by, moving them around to eliminate static and fuzz. It wasn't just about watching TV. It was an experience. Families would huddle around, fine-tuning the antenna to catch the evening news or a favorite show. Sometimes it worked, sometimes not, but it was all part of the charm. Even the occasional frustration of a fuzzy screen couldn't take away from the shared moments around that old TV. TV antennas weren't just gadgets. They were part of the living room ritual. Lava lamps. Picture the soft, colorful glow of a lava lamp casting its mesmerizing light across the living room. In the late 1960s and 70s, lava lamps weren't just quirky decorations. They were symbols of the era's laid-back, free-spirited vibe. The slow, hypnotic rise and fall of those lava-like blobs floating and shifting inside the lamp created an almost magical atmosphere. It was the kind of light that could completely transform the mood of the room. For many, a lava lamp was the perfect addition to a quiet evening at home, perhaps with music playing softly in the background or during a casual gathering with friends. It wasn't just about the light it gave off. It was the sense of calm and relaxation it brought. Watching the waxy blobs move in slow motion felt almost meditative, offering a brief escape from the rush of everyday life. Interestingly, lava lamps weren't just about style. They were also science in action. Those blobs were actually wax, heated by a small bulb at the base, slowly melting and rising as they floated in a liquid mix. The interplay of heat and gravity created the mesmerizing movement that captivated so many people. This simple, ever-moving light fixture became an iconic piece of the time, a reflection of the carefree, experimental spirit that defined the late 60s and 70s. Bar cart. In mid-century living rooms, the bar cart was more than just a piece of furniture. It was a statement of elegance and sophistication. Rolling out the bar cart was like announcing, "It's time to entertain." Whether it was stocked with sparkling crystal glasses, polished bottles of whiskey, or a collection of mixers, the bar cart signaled that a gathering was about to become a little more special. It wasn't just functional. It was a touch of class that instantly elevated the atmosphere. The bar cart had a place in every occasion. Whether you were hosting a formal dinner party, having neighbors over for drinks, or just enjoying a quiet evening with friends, the cart made it easy to serve and impress. Its sleek, compact design blended effortlessly with the room's decor, often featuring mirrored surfaces or brass frames that reflected the soft glow of the living room lights. But it wasn't just about the drinks, it was about the experience. Rolling the cart into the room became part of the ritual, a moment of anticipation before the pouring began. Guests would gather around, making drink choices, sharing stories, and laughing together. The bar cart became a social centerpiece, a symbol of hospitality and warmth that turned simple moments into lasting memories. Vinyl record player. Before digital playlists and streaming took over, the vinyl record player was the true heart of living room entertainment. There was something almost magical about the ritual. Flipping through the album covers, carefully selecting just the right record, and gently placing the needle onto the spinning vinyl. That familiar crackle as the needle touched down wasn't just sound, it was the start of an experience. The warm, rich tones that followed filled the room, creating a shared moment that engaged everyone present. Whether it was family, friends, or a solo afternoon of relaxation, the vinyl record player made music more than just background noise. It demanded attention, encouraging people to sit together, listen, and sometimes even get up and dance. Sharing a favorite album or discovering new songs with others became an event. What made it even more special was the physical connection to the music, handling the records, seeing the grooves, and hearing that analog warmth that digital music can't quite replicate. For many, their vinyl record player was a source of pride, carefully maintained and often the centerpiece of the living room. Rattan Furniture. In the 1970s and 1980s, rattan furniture was more than just a trend, it was a lifestyle. With its lightweight, woven design, it brought the outdoors in, instantly creating a calm, breezy atmosphere that made the living room feel like a tropical retreat. The soft curves and organic textures of rattan furniture made every room feel open, airy, and refreshingly natural. But rattan furniture wasn't just about aesthetics. It was about the feeling it evoked. Sitting on a rattan chair with a cup of tea, listening to the soft creak of the woven fibers beneath you, instantly transported you to a place of relaxation. Whether it was placed near a sunny window for reading or arranged around a low table for casual chats with friends, rattan furniture had a way of making any gathering feel laid back and unhurried. It became a staple for those who wanted to bring a bit of the natural world into their home without sacrificing comfort. The beauty of rattan furniture was in its ability to blend effortlessly with other styles, from beachy to bohemian, giving the room a sense of calm where people could truly unwind. Floor lamps with pull chains. In mid-century living rooms, the gentle click of a pull chain switching on a floor lamp was a small but memorable ritual. These tall, elegant lamps stood beside cozy chairs or sofas, casting a warm, inviting glow that set the mood for countless evenings spent with family or immersed in a good book. The pull chain wasn't just a way to turn on the light, it was a part of the charm, a moment of connection to the space around you. For many, the floor lamps with pull chains brought a sense of calm to the room. Whether you were settling in for a quiet conversation or lighting the room for a family gathering, the simple tug of the chain created an atmosphere that felt familiar and comforting. There was something satisfying about the action itself, small, deliberate, yet perfectly in tune with the slower pace of life at the time. Though this feature might seem like a small detail today, it added character and a touch of elegance to the room. The floor lamps with pull chains wasn't just a source of light. It became a subtle yet essential part of the daily rhythm of mid-century living. Afghan throw blankets. Draped over the back of a sofa or chair, the Afghan throw blankets was a beloved staple in mid-century living rooms. Hand-crocheted in vibrant patterns, these blankets added not only warmth and color but also a deeply personal touch. Whether lovingly made by a family member or gifted for special occasions, an Afghan blanket wasn't just a piece of decor. It was a symbol of care, family, and tradition. These blankets were perfect for cozying up on chilly nights, wrapped around you as you settled in with a good book or watched TV with the family. There was something special about their comforting weight and the bright, intricate designs, which felt both practical and sentimental. For many, the Afghan throw was woven into countless memories, from family movie nights to quiet moments of solitude. Each stitch carried with it a story, often passed down through generations. The blanket wasn't just there to keep you warm. It held a piece of home, a reminder of the love and effort that went into its making. Over time, the Afghan throw became more than just a blanket. It became a part of the family's history, tied to cherished memories of warmth, both physical and emotional. Hanging ferns and houseplants. In the 1970s, hanging ferns and houseplants became a must-have feature in many living rooms. Suspended from the ceiling in woven macramé holders or sitting in decorative pots, they brought a fresh, natural element into the home. These plants didn't just add greenery, they breathed life into the space, creating a calming, earthy vibe. For many, taking care of houseplants was more than just a hobby. It was a way to bring the outside world in and connect with nature, even in the middle of the city. Hanging ferns, swaying gently in the corner of the room, became a quiet reminder of a simpler, more peaceful time. Corduroy sofas. Few pieces of furniture bring back the cozy, comforting vibe of the 1970s and 1980s like the corduroy sofas. With its signature ribbed fabric and plush cushions, the corduroy sofa was the perfect spot to unwind after a long day. The soft, velvety texture invited you to sink in and relax, whether it was for a quiet moment with a book or a family movie night. It was more than just a couch. It was a warm hug after a busy day. The corduroy sofas wasn't just about looks, though. Its durable, practical design made it a favorite in homes where comfort mattered. It could withstand the wear and tear of daily life, and its fabric was tough enough to handle both kids and pets. Yet, despite its practicality, there was always something so inviting about that soft, ribbed texture. The way it caught the light, and the way it felt against your skin made it the ultimate place to relax. Looking back, the corduroy sofas symbolized everything a living room should be: comfortable, practical, and welcoming. It's easy to see why so many families gravitated toward it, turning it into a symbol of homey relaxation and cherished moments spent with loved ones. Wall-mounted stereos. In the late 1970s and 1980s, the wall-mounted stereos was the epitome of cutting-edge home technology. It wasn't just a practical device for playing music, it was a sleek, modern statement that turned heads in any living room. Mounted on the wall, these stereos saved precious floor space while delivering rich, high-quality sound that filled the room with your favorite tunes. With a built-in cassette deck and radio tuner, the wall-mounted stereos made it easy to switch between radio shows, music, or mixtapes, offering a level of convenience that felt ahead of its time. The sound was crisp, and having music at the touch of a button transformed everyday moments into a more enjoyable experience. But beyond its technical prowess, The wall-mounted stereos became a symbol of style and sophistication. It was sleek and minimalist, a clear departure from bulky sound systems of the past. Whether you were hosting a party, setting the mood for a quiet evening, or simply enjoying your favorite radio station, the stereo added a touch of class and modernity to the living room. Music wasn't just background noise, it was part of the ambiance that made any room feel alive. Wood-burning fireplace. In many homes, the wood-burning fireplace wasn't just a source of warmth. It was the heart of the living room, especially during the colder months. The soft crackle of burning logs, the smell of fresh wood smoke, and the flickering flames created a cozy atmosphere that drew families together. There was something about gathering around the fire that felt almost magical, like time slowed down and the outside world disappeared. Whether it was roasting marshmallows on a chilly evening, sharing stories as the fire blazed, or simply basking in the warmth, the wood-burning fireplace was more than a heating source. It became a space for connection, relaxation, and shared moments. Families would sit close, enjoying the glow and comfort it provided, turning simple nights into lasting memories. The fireplace also brought a sense of calm and serenity, transforming any room into a peaceful haven. The rhythmic popping of the fire, the soft light dancing on the walls, and the gentle heat made the living room feel more intimate, more welcoming. It's no wonder that the wood-burning fireplace became one of the most cherished features in so many homes, because it wasn't just about staying warm. It was about bringing people together. Knitted cushion covers. The soft textured charm of knitted cushion covers was more than just decor. It was a touch of home, warmth, and care in mid-20th century living rooms. Often handmade, these covers were lovingly crafted by family members, each stitch representing a personal connection. Whether crocheted or knitted, these cushions carried a sense of tradition, often passed down through generations or gifted for special occasions. With their intricate patterns and cozy feel, knitted cushions turned couches and chairs into inviting spaces where families could gather, relax, and share moments together. Each brightly colored or subtly toned cushion reflected the personality of the home, adding a unique handmade touch that mass-produced items simply couldn't replicate. These covers weren't just about comfort. They symbolized the effort and love put into making a house feel like a home. For many, the memory of resting on a knitted cushions evokes thoughts of grandparents' homes or family gatherings, where every detail, down to the cushions, reflected the care and warmth of the people who lived there. Patterned wallpaper. In the 1960s and 1970s, patterned wallpaper was a bold statement in living rooms. From floral prints to geometric designs, these wallpapers covered walls in vibrant colors and intricate patterns, adding character and personality to the space. It wasn't just about decoration, it set the mood of the entire room. Each pattern reflected the homeowner's style, transforming the living room into a visual feast. Whether it was soft pastels or loud, bright colors, patterned wallpaper was a defining feature of the era. Today, those bold walls bring back memories of a time when design wasn't afraid to stand out. As we've traveled through time, exploring these 20 old living room features, it's clear that each one holds a special place in the story of home design. From the soft glow of a lava lamp to the comforting crackle of a wood-burning fireplace, these features remind us of a time when life felt a little more connected, a little more personal. Each item we've covered, whether a piece of furniture, decor, or technology, represents a chapter in the evolution of how we lived and entertained ourselves at home. These aren't just objects, they're memories of moments spent with family and friends, creating a sense of nostalgia that so many of us can relate to. Now it's your turn. What old living room features do you remember? What items made your living room feel like home? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this journey through design history, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more trips down memory lane.